Hello, and welcome to the Berkeley Hills, the meeting point of the Sierras and the Pacific, where the rivers that flow from the mountains meet the sea. And also welcome to Naomi and Victor's wedding celebration. This is a beautiful setting for the union of these two wonderful people and their families. Thank you for being here for Victor and Naomi. I know they can feel all the love that you bring to this place. I'd also like to thank Paul Milner for inviting us into his home and for hosting this celebration. And would like to recognize Naomi's three brothers who are here as well with their families, the maid of honor, Linda Ando, and the best man, Billy Gentry. My name is Gregory Rolfe, and I'm a professor of history at the University of the Pacific and a friend of Naomi and Victor's. I lived in China and Taiwan for a few years. I teach Chinese and Japanese history, and so of course I will draw on the East Asian tradition for this wedding celebration. I'm sure you all know that weddings and wedding banquets are huge events in Asian culture, especially in the past. It's therefore a great honor for me to be your officiant for today's joyous occasion. Thank you, Victor and Naomi, for allowing me to hog the mic for a few seconds on your big day. I was lucky enough to go to a few weddings in China. They are all-day affairs there, starting with the bride being picked up early in the morning of her wedding day, and assuming also in Japan. Throughout the day, wedding decorations feature the Chinese character that's used only for weddings. I'm sure you've seen it, the double happiness. In English, we say double happiness because basically it's two characters that mean the same thing, joy or happy, joy, joy. But let's be both more precise and more poetic. Because when we translate double happiness, we can actually talk about it as a shared or boundless joy. It's not just doubled, it's boundless. For weddings are great collective events. Victor and Naomi, your marriage gives us all a sense of boundless joy about the wonderful life you will make together. Congratulations on finding each other. You're both true originals in Half Moon Bay, in Oakland, and wherever your adventures will take you. So here we sit on a beautiful day, almost within earshot of the crashing surf of the Pacific, but certainly within earshot of the excitement of the Bay Area, a short drive away from gorgeous vineyards as well that produce spectacular wines. Gazina and I used to live in the Central Valley where the Shintanis grew up, in Lodi. And in that area, if you've been there, you know they're really big on old vines in Findel. It's what they call the old vines. And when you visit those old vines, you see they look like bonsai. The trunks are kind of gnarled and tree-like. So sturdy and robust are those vines, that sense of rootedness. It's evident that like bonsai, old vines have been tended for generations. It's this quality of vineyards, the meticulous stewardship of resources over generations, that has made them a favorite metaphor over generations in the history of civilization. And throughout all of that history, to make that wine, you need water. Not too much water, or the wine grapes will be watery. And if there's not enough water, well, you have raisins. So it's important to have the right balance, which is one reason why water is a signature metaphor in the Taoist tradition. Naomi and Victor, as you embark on your life together as a married couple, please draw on the great teachers like the Taoists and the Zen masters as well. For marriage is more than a contract. Though you did sign on the dotted line to become a legal entity, it's also more than a fun celebration, though it already is that, and it will continue to be as we enjoy delicious food and drink and toast your lives together. It's also more than the promises and vows that you'll be making to each other shortly in front of this gathering of family and friends. When you finalize these promises today in front of all of us, in effect, you are inviting us all to think of you officially as a family, and in effect, as part of our families. So marriage means a lot of different things and inspires pastors, rabbis, and officiants to all sorts of metaphors and imagery. Folks reach for these metaphors because a marriage is also a transcendent thing, beyond understanding. It sustains a joyous love that knows no bounds, an emotional connection that cannot be seen, measured, or reasoned to. A marriage is like the clouds, the wind, the sunshine, the seasons, the call of a bird, the look in someone's eyes, hope, trust, compassion, and all of these things that make life worth living. But let's return to the Taoists and the idea that we need just the right amount of water, the balance to support a flourishing vineyard and make great wine. For the Taoists taught us that water is fundamental to life, and it also teaches us how to be good to one another. The opening lines of the Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu go something like this: the highest good is like water. Water benefits all things and does not cause conflict. In other passages, Lao Tzu elaborates on the qualities of water and notes that when set in motion, water is the most powerful natural force known to us. Water carved out the Grand Canyon, for example. For Lao Tzu, this means that together, unified as one, your love, your bond, can overcome any obstacle, and it will nourish you. So rely on it and let that love carve out a path for you, whatever may come. But Lao Tzu also gives us a paradox. So despite this mighty power of water, if you take a tiny pebble, a pebble like this one right here, you take this tiny pebble and you drop it into the Pacific or any little body of water, this little tiny pebble will plop right into the water. The water will accept it with no resistance. It will always sink to the bottom. To each other, Lao Tzu will tell you to be like water in this regard, for water is the most yielding of things we have, in spite of also being the most powerful. It is a virtue to accept your spouse without resistance, to accept and envelop them, plop. Their thoughts, their dreams, their questions, their wonderment, their anxieties, their anger, and frustrations too. Not because one of you is more right or more wrong, or because you were right last time, or I was right last time, or let's just move past it, because that's what water would do. It yields. So water nourishes us, and it sustains us, and it teaches us how to be human beings, especially in a bond of marriage. It's not difficult to think of water in this way, as a pool of accepting, gentle water, always waiting, always yielding, ready for the plop of a pebble. These are things I hope that our moment right here in Paul's backyard, with the wind blowing and the Pacific Ocean behind us, these are things that I think can launch you on a lifetime of boundless joy together as partners in love. Now, Naomi and Victor will read their vows to each other. Will you please rise? And kind of face this way so they can.
You go first. Or you want me to go first? Ladies first.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So, Victor, you always say patience, patience, patience.
Come on.
Where's my handkerchief? And I've waited for you for 60 years. I never would have predicted I'd be flying to little towns all over California. Saying goodnight every night in German, Hungarian, French, Spanish, Japanese, Chinese, Italian, and Greek. And at my age, marrying the love of my life. I appreciate your Bulgarian jokes and intelligence, and that your mother
Just not on you, would you?
raised you to be a gentleman. I love how we discuss music and art and religion and politics without strife. Thank you for believing in me and supporting my art career in so many ways, including in slowly transporting and attending my events. We have created our own culture and lingo and routines, and you bring me my coffee every morning and I cook breakfast. You are a loyal, considerate, cuddly partner, fabulous cook, and great kissler, which is simultaneous kissing and tickling. I smile when I remember you told me on our second date on February 14th that you didn't believe in Hallmark holidays, and then you treated me to the best Valentine's Day I ever had. And when you came with me to visit my father after me not seeing him for over a year during COVID, and treated him with such respect, and you handed me the remote control to the TV, I knew I loved you even more. I promise to be your best friend. I promise to appreciate and respect who you are. I promise to support you always, and I promise to celebrate us.
Nice, thank you. Oh, I guess it's my turn. First, I want to thank everybody for coming here, but this is more, I feel a little like Toscanini, who was a great musician and big conductor, and every time before performance, he took a little note out of his tuxedo and read it and started conducting fabulously. And of course, people were excited to see what's on this note. So it said simply, left violins, the right cello. So I feel a little bit like this. So Dave, you're the cello, and Reiko and Zach, the violins. So I got my bearings straight now. And now to know me. Do you know me? My note looks a little different. I wanted to do it more than times, but I don't find the phone. But I still have it. Do you know me? Who knew approximately 3 years ago that I would learn so much about the mistreatment of Japanese Americans in World War II? You took me on a journey together with the sons and granddaughters that I renamed shortly 5Gs. You led me into your world where even I had to dance with your brother Dave to other songs. I took different approach, and I was exhausted afterwards. I took different approach to showing you my world. We followed the footsteps of Antonin Dvorak in Spillville, Iowa. Thanks to our dear friends Greg and Gesine Short, G&G. We conquered the 350 souls village with the sounds of one of the most beautiful pieces that sticks and binds us together, the American String Quartet by Antonin Dvorak, who he wrote strolling on the Great Turkey River. That's what we did also. You endured the chaos of the Ninov family with bravery, visiting as many arts exhibits in Germany as possible, and of course, exploring the beloved cities of the big B's, Bach's Leipzig and Beethoven's Bonn. You learned to travel light and in comfort. I remember a comment from my 90-year-old mother to Jungfrau that you radiate happiness and tranquility. I had to agree with her, which was a surprise. Everywhere, because the son never agrees with his mother usually, I think. Everywhere we went, you captivated people with your smile, intelligence and wit, and so did people to me. I'm a lucky man to have found you. Waiting for you was worth it. Naomi, life with you brings joy, laughter and love. Life with you makes me a better human being. I love, respect, admire and appreciate you for who you are and for the person you wish to be. I'll be on your side as long as I'm able to. Love you, Stupsnauze.
Naomi and Victor, now I invite you to exchange leis, a symbol of the promises you have made to each other. These leis convey the warmth of Hawaii and Naomi's mother's family. The tea leaf lei have been used by ancient Hawaiians and symbolize prosperity, luck, appreciation, and respect. The tea leaf plant also has the power to heal and to ward off evil spirits, and connects a person to the ancient wisdom of these cultures. Naomi, please repeat after me. Victor, I give you this lei as a sign of my love and faithfulness. Victor, please after me. Naomi, I give you this lei as a sign of my love and faithfulness.
Naomi, I give you this lei as a sign of my love and faithfulness.
Naomi, will you receive Victor as your husband, to live in harmony and to bind yourself to him in a covenant of marriage? Will you promise to love and honor him in true devotion, to rejoice with him in times of sorrow, times of gladness, and to grieve with him in times of sorrow, and be faithful to him for so long as you both shall live? If so, please answer, I will. Victor, will you receive Naomi as your wife, to live in harmony and bind yourself to her in a covenant of marriage? Will you promise to love and honor her in true devotion, to rejoice with her in times of gladness, to grieve with her in times of sorrow, and to be faithful to her for so long as you both shall live? If so, please answer, I will.
I will.
Okay. Now would you please face your friends and family? Now I will ask you, friends and family, gathered here with Naomi and Victor, will you support and care for them? Will you sustain them during times of trouble? Rejoice with them in times of joy, and honor the bonds of their covenant and affirm their love in their life together? If so, please answer, we will.
We will.
Naomi and Victor, by the promises you have made to each other and in the presence of your family and friends, and by the power vested in me as somebody who loves you, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Please kiss each other.
Here, here.
No.
Yes.
Friends and family, it is my great pleasure to introduce to you for the first time anywhere, but especially right here in Berkeley, Naomi and Victor, husband and wife. Let the party begin. Victor and Naomi will now begin their married life together, walking on water, a tradition that honors Victor's Bulgarian heritage. Please follow them into the house for their meal, for the buffet. And a toast. And a toast.
First a toast.
First a toast.
Well, we have some type of
He's gonna give the toast.
The toast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you put titles on this.
I did.
Not on the emails.
Oh. I did. Oh, you mean subject?
Do you want to walk it? Okay.
And then I think everyone is welcome to follow the groom and bride in. And then Paul's going to give a toast.
I will.
And there will be something bubblies to drink from.
Your wine. I think it's
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go. Yes, sir.
Walk to the water table. Good. How are you, Joe? The tie looks nice.
Paul, do you want someone to hold that? So you can give the toast.
now you're done. We can't get a third anything. That's right.
Hello, sir. Oh, thank you very much. Hi, Dave and Greg. Okay. Yes. Hello.
I'm Billy.
Yes. Nice to meet you.
I've been around Vicar on the plane. That's how I know you. And you have the really wonderful jet.
Ah, you're a pilot as well.